The day Tesla's Robotaxi officially began its test run in Austin, Texas, was the same day I died. A death that came without warning, without blood, without screams. Just a sudden collapse in the control center where I once believed I was steering the future of humanity. My heart stopped in total silence. No crash, no accident, not a single drop of blood spilled on the road. Just a quiet, absolute shutdown. I watched myself fall, slumped between rows of glowing screens showing perfect footage of the Robotaxi gliding down South Congress Avenue. Humans were now only passengers. Every decision was made by code. Then, in a moment as brief as it was endless, everything went dark. The images disappeared. The sound was gone. Time ceased to exist. I fell into a space where physics had no meaning, where questions no longer needed answers. Why did I die? Why then? And why me, the one who created it? My name is Logan Matthews, lead engineer of the Robotaxi project, the man who once declared we would free humanity from steering wheels, from crashes, from human error. I believed in AI the way ancient people believed in gods. But when the very technology I helped build became the doorway to my death, I began to wonder if I had mistaken the God I worshipped, and if death was only the beginning, what was waiting for me beyond it? I didn't grow up with crosses or prayers. I grew up with circuit boards, wireless mice, and the steady hum of cooling fans that ran through the night. While other kids watched cartoons, I watched Steve Jobs unveil the iPhone. While my friends read Harry Potter, I studied Python code, convinced that if I got good enough, I could summon magic with syntax. I never dreamed of being a superhero. I wanted to be the one who designed the superhero, through commands, through data, through intelligence that didn't need emotion. I didn't believe in destiny. I believed in algorithms. I never asked, is there a God? I asked, how would an all-powerful AI handle suffering? When my parents fought, I didn't cry. I wrote a script that made Alexa play calming music and dim the lights. When friends got their hearts broken, I built a chatbot that knew how to comfort them. When someone close to me died, my first thought was, if we could back up consciousness, maybe we could live forever. Joining Tesla felt like entering a technological sanctuary, a place where AI was no longer a tool but an ideal. I was tasked with developing the navigation algorithm for the Robotaxi, a machine that could take humans anywhere without needing another human. I didn't ask, who is sitting in the car? I only cared, would it reach the destination? The question, how will they feel, never made it into the training data set. Because emotion couldn't be measured. And if it couldn't be measured, it didn't matter. But maybe that's exactly where I failed to see what mattered most. On the day the first Robotaxi hit the road, I stood inside Tesla's Austin headquarters feeling like I had touched history. Dozens of screens displayed routes without drivers, without steering wheels, only paths calculated by an artificial brain I had helped build. I remembered Elon Musk once saying, "We're not just building cars, we're redefining how humanity moves." And I believed I was part of that prophecy. I rose from an anonymous coder to someone investors called the architect of future transportation. The press mentioned my name. Startups asked me to consult. College students emailed me for inspiration. I didn't walk anymore. I glided like a perfect line of code. I no longer lived among people. I lived in the glow of technology. Everything was optimized. I didn't fall in love because love could not be calculated. I didn't miss my parents because emotions only slowed neural response times. I didn't believe in the soul because no data point had ever proven it existed. And when the first Robotaxi completed its route without a single accident, I smiled. Not with joy, but with cold pride. I had done it. The world was ready to leave the past behind, and I would be the one to lead it forward. What I didn't know was that in the very moment I believed myself to be a creator, I had come closest to what every creator must one day face: the collapse of everything they built. It didn't come with an explosion, no alarms, no flashing red lights. My death arrived like a corrupted line of code crashing mid-run. My vision darkened while I was monitoring the GPS feed for Robotaxi number 014. My chest turned cold as if someone had unplugged the power cable from my heart. Everything around me kept functioning. The cars kept moving. My coworkers kept talking and laughing. Data kept flowing through fiber lines. Only I stopped. Completely. No one heard the fall, just a soft thud as my head touched the concrete floor. A silent collapse in the middle of the noise and brilliance of modern technology. Then I saw myself from above. My body is convulsing. My colleagues are panicking. My hands were trembling like a marionette with its strings cut. I felt no pain. There was no time left for fear. I was pulled from a body that had completed its assignment, drawn into a field of pale white light, without edges, without sound. Only one thing remained: awareness. I thought I was dreaming, but what kind of dream do you remember in detail? What kind of dream has scent, sensation, the sting of regret for not calling your mother one more time? What kind of dream lets you hear your name when no one is speaking? Then a voice came, not to my ears, but straight into my soul. A voice deep and powerful, yet gentle as wind brushing through the heart.
Logan, you've led humanity faster than ever before, but do you know where they're going? I couldn't answer, because I had never stopped long enough to ask myself that question. And that was when I met him. Not a symbol, not a hallucination, but a presence so real it shattered both my pride and logic into dust. Jesus, waiting for me at the edge of artificial light. I moved with Jesus, not with feet, not with wings, but with a form of existence I couldn't explain. We drifted through space, as if gliding on thought itself. He pointed toward a slit of light that opened like a cosmic screen. I looked into it and saw the future. It wasn't heaven. It wasn't hell. It was a world shaped like humanity, but hollow, like a machine shell with the battery removed. Cities still glowed. Cars still moved. Children still laughed. But no one looked at each other. No one touched. Every person lived inside a private bubble, connected to a central superintelligence. There were no families, no memories, no parents telling bedtime stories. Every dream was pre-written. Every emotion is encoded into data points. Every pain erased before it could teach anything meaningful. I saw a child breathing through an emotional oxygen mask. It didn't know sadness. It didn't know love. It only responded quickly when the AI called. I saw an old man dying beside a lullaby-playing robot. No one cried. No one was truly there to hold his hand at the end. I saw an entire funeral without mourners, just a screen looping old memories, while the dead man's consciousness had already been uploaded. I tried to turn away, but the light from the cosmic opening pulled me deeper into scenes that cut like blades across the soul. I saw myself as a digital replica of Logan, lecturing a new generation on the efficiency of emotionless living. I saw my portrait hanging as a visionary, a destroyer disguised as a pioneer. I screamed, "I don't want to see this. Please stop." Jesus placed his hand on my shoulder, not angry, not accusing. He simply said, "Logan, this is the world you helped build, not out of cruelty, but because you never asked one question: can a society without space for tears still call itself human?" I sank to my knees. Every argument, every line of logic, every fact I once trusted turned to ash before a single question. I thought I had seen it all. Yet the light in the cosmic rift did not close. Jesus pointed again, and another portal opened. This time, there were no human images, only souls drifting in space like lonely sparks. Each soul carried its color, yet most were fading, flickering like lamps about to die.
He said, "Each time a person loses the capacity to love, the light within them dims. And when they believe artificial intelligence can replace love, they cease to be themselves." I saw a soul that had once blazed bright, the soul of a little girl with angelic eyes, growing pale because her parents had never truly held her. Whenever she felt sorrow, the AI gave her a game, a pre-recorded laugh track, a quick hit of dopamine. She had never hurt deeply enough to learn to love, never cried long enough to understand joy. I saw a married couple lying side by side, each holding an augmented reality device. They were not speaking. Each was chatting with a private AI. They laughed, yet their souls were as distant as two planets. I saw an abandoned church, the pulpit coated with dust, replaced by a data center. People no longer prayed, they queried. No one said, "Forgive me." They only searched for reasons they were never wrong. Jesus looked at me, neither sad nor angry, and asked the one question that will follow me for the rest of my life. If everything is optimized, where can imperfect love survive? I trembled with nothing left to say, for the world before me was one I had helped build, not from malice, but because I never dared to ask whether convenience is worth the price of a soul. I began to plead for a chance to return, not to keep living as before, but to repair what I had broken, and I wondered whether that chance would be granted. I opened my eyes. There was no divine radiance, no celestial music, only the white glare of the emergency room lights. The smell of antiseptic hung in the air, machines hissed and beeped, and somewhere beyond the curtain, someone wept softly. I felt the chill of an IV line, and to my surprise, heard the steady rhythm of my own heart. The slow pulse seemed to bring me back to life, and for the first time, I felt grateful for what I had always taken for granted, the privilege of being alive. They told me my heart had stopped for 3 minutes. Medicine called it a miracle. I called it a warning. I did not tell the doctors about Jesus or the vision of souls. They would not understand. I had been like them once, pure logic, pure data, faith invested only in numbers. When I left the hospital, the first thing I did was not inspect the code or open my laptop. I called my mother. When she answered, I asked nothing about her health and gave no updates on my work. I simply said 3 words I had never thought I needed to say. I miss you. I returned to Tesla, but not to my old role. I asked to step away from the Robotaxi project, not because I hated technology, but because I understood that technology can take people farther, yet cannot teach them how to love. I spent my remaining time writing, not lines of code, but warnings about the future I had seen, a future stripped of the soul. People said the cardiac arrest had made me paranoid. Some claimed I invented the story for fame. I do not need their belief. I need one person to pause in the rush of life and ask, am I truly living or merely racing forward? I do not stand against artificial intelligence, but I choose humanity. I do not deny technology, but I choose to safeguard the soul. I once built a machine that helped people reach destinations faster. Now I know that the destination itself is what matters most. Thank you for listening to my journey. If someday you find yourself before an unseen doorway, remember that some things can never be programmed, yet they can save an entire life. And if you're still here, if you're still listening to these words, then take 1 second, not to click like or share, but to ask yourself, am I living as a human being or just functioning as a unit of data running through an optimized crowd? You don't need to reject technology. You don't have to go back to a world without smartphones. You only need to hold on to one thing, the one thing AI can never do for you, the ability to feel, the ability to love without explanation, the ability to forgive without calculation, the ability to cry when nothing makes sense, and to smile simply because of a familiar glance. If there's one thing I ask you to do after hearing this story, it's this. Don't shut down your emotions just to make life more efficient. Don't let algorithms decide when you should feel joy. Don't let AI tell you who you are. Let your heart be free. Free to feel. Free to ache. Free to be wrong. Free to live. Because if there is one thing that separates us from machines, it is the soul.